Hello, hey everyone. It's been a minute actually since we've been here with you guys, so we're sorry about that quick little pause. We needed a break from all of our bickering, but we are back again. And we are back. It's me, it's your girl creatively Angie, and this is Melanin Gamers Bite-Sized Podcast. I'm here with In the Dark,
What's up, guys?
Obsidian Fury,
What's going on, gang?
and OG Attacky.
Yay!
And we are talking about something that we, the team, have spoken about a lot in our team meetings. It's been trending since last month, and clearly we can't get away from it. This infamous hairstyle, known sardonically as the Killmonger special. Yes, everyone, we've seen it. You've seen it. We've seen too much of it. It is the short locks into a fade look that Killmonger from Black Panther made so beautifully done on his beautiful physique. But now, obviously, because it was so popular, it's become too popular. And now every single character must, by hook or crook, have this hairstyle. Why are they doing this to us again? So we're going to be talking about that. You guys know we're going to start with Obsidian Fury, who always
Why you always have to give me disrespect? You know why? It's because I provide all the information. But before I get sidetracked, what's going on, squad? Like, it's your boy Obsidian Fury, and yes, if you guys haven't been noticing, like Anzi so eloquently put it, I call it the Revenge of the Killmonger because of Eric Killmonger that was played by Michael B. Jordan in 2018's Black Panther. Now, in this industry, there has been an issue with how Black has been represented in this media. Before there was the rise of diversity inclusion within this industry properly, Black people always had one of two hairs, which was the one all round, or it's the afro. You know, them dirty afros. So yeah. So when I say one all round, that's what I normally say to my barber.
It was the rough afro. It wasn't even clean cut afro. It was rough, raggedy.
In case you guys don't know,
disco afro or peaky afro.
Let me give the context to the people that we could discuss it. So what a one all round is basically when you get that really low fade all over your head. That's exactly what I used to say to my barber in secondary school until I grew up and started like having actual haircuts. I used to be like a literal like a drill sergeant. But anyway, to me, it was it's disheartening in specific games which allowed character creations and customizations because the Black styles were often very, very limited. So that often impacted on experience for the player when it comes to like character creations and that kind of aspect, especially if you wanted to see yourself represented in this game. Now, we have made strides in this department a couple months back. I want to say a couple months, like some time ago. Dove, in partnership with Afro Hair Library, released a resource called Code My Crown, which is a free resource that highlights the range of Black people's hair and how you can use it to add it as an asset into games. Now, my opinion is that I think this is one of laziness. They wanted to do something that has gone over well previously rather than look at all available alternatives. And doing so would mean investing time or resources, which in their eyes is pointless. But for a lot of people, this issue came up to me, like it was highlighted on my my board of like things to watch out for in the industry with Tekken 8 with Eddie Gordo, because he recently became a DLC character. And people were like, if in case you don't know, Eddie Gordo, he's one of my favorite characters because you can button mash kicks and like the most professional Tekken player will like break control pads. But anyway, so we saw Eddie has had this exact same hairstyle for a very long time, but because of when it came out, it kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back. But I don't think Eddie is the one that should take all the blame, because I love Spider-Man 2, but I'm looking at Miles Morales because my bro
did it too.
He did it too, but what really annoyed me was that it broke like an unspoken rule within the Spider-Man ethos, which is anybody can be the mask. So that is why Spider-Man is always like, he's dripped out head to toe and you can't see or you can't tell what's going on and who it is underneath the mask. So anybody can be the mask. So I was really annoyed at that aspect where it's like they had that one dirty mask. I don't want to say dirty because it sounds insulting, because in so many, they hit right in so many other ways. But that one, it was like, it really, really like annoyed me in like a mild, not a mild, like what, in a mild way. It was like, you know, where it's like 99 out of 100, and then you're thinking about that one that you missed. That's what it was for me, where it's like they did so much right, but it's just that one could have been everything. So that for me is where this really goes down to. And I think that in a longer conversation, we can talk about all my kind of pseudo-scientific theories, but I do think there is an issue with, well, I don't want to say typecasting, but it's like pseudo-typecasting, where it's like they always have like this specific type of look for certain ethnic groups and styles, and it always has to fit. Otherwise people say that, oh, it's not inclusive. It's not, no, it's not inclusive. It's like, it's not realistic. It's blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I can understand their thought process, but I just don't agree with their thought process, because oftentimes D&I is always the last one in and the first one out. So that is my full opinion.
Well, I mean, I hate
Succinct
to agree
and concise. You see that? That's
I
me,
hate
yeah?
to agree with Obsidian Fury. I hate it. But I actually do agree with Obsidian Fury. Miracles abound.
Okay.
It's so true. I was also like, when there's one Spider-Man outfit. I don't want to ruin the game if you haven't played it yet, but it's just like, it's just so that his hair could show. But it was the Killmonger special striking again. It's like, we can't get away from this one. But in the dark, let me hear your opinion on this one.
Well, in the beginning, you actually said it. Michael B. Jordan made it look good. A lot of people were loving the look and everything. I feel industries wanted to play it safe. They didn't want to do anything. So I agree with Obsidian Fury too when he said it's just them being lazy. They did it. I feel they also wanted to play it. They didn't want to bring out any hairstyle. And, people Reddit and stuff were just gonna, where did that come from? That is not how black people look, and all that kind of noise. And I mean, people kind of ignored it for a while, and they realized that, you guys are really milking this thing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, like, try something. Are you even consulting with black people? Are you even putting in any work? And that's where the questions came up. But mainly, I feel they're just trying to play it safe. They didn't want to step on any toes or misrepresent any people of color in any way. So I think that is it. But now, like, this thing popping up and coming up, I think they should really, really look at it and try something new. Consult with black people, even make a reference as to which individual they actually looked at to make this hairstyle and stuff like that. I think it will really help, because if you look at most games, how Caucasians and other things are represented, you have a wide variety of hairstyles and stuff you can use for them as compared to black characters when it comes to character creation, customization, and stuff like that. So yeah.
And to go off his point, I've heard some horror stories about with black developers where it's like, there's a game that I can't remember, because if I would, I name and shame. But I mean, there's a game that came out, I think in 2004, 2005, and I was talking to a creator, one of the devs that was working on it, and he was a black guy. It was a football game. And he was like, when they were making all the like the facial, the assets for the faces of the players, like when it came to like the German team, the Swedish team, there was like distinctive different kinds of like players, and like different faces were used. When it came to all the African teams, they used one guy.
Wow.
One guy, and they went in and they did try to do some like tech magic to try and like adjust the features and that kind of thing. Whereas when it came to the other players, they had people come in, they had all this kind of thing. So it just goes to show that there is money and resources and time allocated, but it's just not it's not a priority of theirs until we start talking about it. Then it's like, oh, well, you guys are never happy with this. So it's like, I'm happy when you put in an effort and you mess up. I'm not happy and that's why I'm like, I kind of disagree with you. It's like, playing it safe means that they at least weighed their options and said, okay, let's go for option A. Whereas I don't even think they weighed their options. So I just think they went, you know what, throw in anything. That's what I think they did. I don't even think they played it safe. So to play it safe means that you have to recognize that there is a riskier option. Whereas like, I don't even think they even considered the riskier option. They just said, wherever it is, just slap it in. And that is where I'm like, it's starting to get frustrating, because it feels like with every 10 steps we make, it's like 5 million steps backwards. It's like Afro Hair Library have literally released a free resources of like hundreds of different hairstyles. And even in Black Panther, if you actually look at the roster of Black Panther, every single character has like a different kind of hairstyle. So even in that one where you took it from, randomize it, bruv. Put on a wheel, randomize it. For me, it's just what you call it. I'd rather we laugh about it now than it become the standard going forward. And it's like, why didn't you say anything before? I'd rather we talk about it now than us leaving it by the wayside.
Very true. Thank you for that, both of you. Oji Otaku, what's your take on this?
I like it.
Not you pulling an Obsidian Fury. I can't deal with you right now.
No, I respect it.
You're just going to trigger him.
Oh
okay.
dear.
All right. I hear what everyone's saying, right? But let's not act like it's not a sick look. It wouldn't be used if it wasn't a sick look. It's a good look, yeah. But I understand it is being overused, and my personal issue with it is like, as we said back in the day, you go onto games and look at the character customization, and I've got 2 hairstyles. Yeah. Now sometimes it's free. I've either got low fade, cane row, or afro. But what's the issue is now for me is I'm going into these games and I haven't even got Afro anymore, but I have got that Killmonger. Like, you know, if I'm getting it added as like an additional hairstyle, great. But the fact that I feel like, you know, especially when it's with characters that you can't customize. If it's not a game where I can't customize my character and the main character has got this haircut, it's being used in so much other media. You're just, you know, like if everyone was walking around with a Super Saiyan haircut, all I'm thinking about is Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, so like, you know, you give all the characters, main characters that aren't just a customizable character for me personally, then yeah, you kind of make me think about other media, taking me out of the immersion at this point. But I hear it again. I see why they're using it because it is a sick look. You know, you put that on any character, they're gonna look like they've got some smoke. But yeah, it may be a point where we need to start saying, guys, you know, we have other hairstyles that look smoky. You know, this means business too. Like,
Yeah.
Again, it's maybe there aren't enough conversations being had in the meeting rooms in regards to the full range of hairstyles that we can actually pull off. Not me personally, just shave it all off is what I say, but but yeah, no, I do like the hairstyle. I don't think it's one that will leave us as well. I do think we should
dear.
just
Don't
we
say
should
that.
yeah, no, I think we should all get used to the fact that this is going to be a hair selection for us for a long time. The same way the low fade and the afro was, the Killmonger will be here for your selection. However, hopefully it's not where, you know, the main Prince of Persia guy, same haircut, Eddie, same haircut, Miles, same haircut, guy from Horizon Zero Dawn, same haircut. Yeah. Howard, same haircut.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, this is what I mean. And I can't play any of these games without thinking about Michael B. Jordan now. Like, what's going on? Like, if anything, it may be a Michael B. Jordan conspiracy.
It could be.
Oh dear. It's true, Michael Jordan. You have the floor. Like, we need to hear what's up. What are you paying these gaming companies to put your look in every single game?
I think, do you know what it is? I think that it's because of how well received his character is from the Black Panther movie, and it's like how a lot of people resonated with what he was saying. Whether he was right or wrong, whether how people resonated with him, and it's like that kind of swagger and coolness will always inevitably try and translate to different medias. So, and it's interesting because it's always like the games that do pretty well when it comes to diverse have these kinds of haircut. Whereas like, so like when you were talking about Horizon is actually a very good game when it comes to diversity. It's a very good game.
The only reason I got allow Horizon is it wasn't like he was the only black guy in the village with that haircut. Like, there was many other haircuts abound. Like, it was cool.
Exactly. And I think that's the issue. And I think you touched upon it. It's like, if it's the only media we consume, then yeah, I'm going to be annoyed because it feels like you don't see me for who I am because you just see my culture as this one shady haircut. Whereas, and I like this haircut as well. Let me get this straight. I love this haircut. I'm not thinking of getting it because I like keeping it short. But anyway, I actually like this haircut. I enjoy it quite a bit, but I just don't want it to become the new dirty afro. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
It's true. What's interesting is they, as you said, they took this look, which we all love, from Black Panther, which arguably had one of the most diverse haircuts of black hair that we'd seen in a very long time in any medium. Like, when you watch Black Panther,
multiple hairstyles in that movie.
Facts.
Yeah, so many. But what's crazy is they saw that movie and thought, yeah, we'll use that one for everything. Did you learn nothing? You learnt nothing from that. And it just goes to show that obviously we want to touch upon what's another thing that's trending is what's happening with Sweet Baby, who are also a D&I consultancy with gaming, and they consult on different things. And the fact that there's been a lot of layoffs in the gaming industry, we've spoken about this before. And with that, what was first to go in a lot of different gaming studios was their D&I department. That got the snip immediately. And it's quite telling because we keep seeing the same haircut. And as you said, Mojo Taku, were any black people consulted on this before they thought, yeah, we'll pick that one. This looks cool. Let's all do it. And that therein lies the problem of why you need D&I consultancies, because then you're just going to get memed, as all these games have gotten memed, because you're thinking this is what someone wants, as opposed to actually asking that community, is this what you want? Because you didn't consult anyone.
And when we say asking the community, we mean that there are people. It's like, you know what always irritated me in some games, like this. Like, you know, when you go up to an NPC, a random NPC, and you ask about the history of the world, do you know how in depth some of these NPCs, this peasant off the street, can go? I'm like, how do you know about your king's, the illness of the king? Like, how do you know about this? And that's what they think that we have to know. It's like where every single black person just has to have some massive in-depth knowledge about how we have the systematic issues within our country. Like some people who are black don't know as much. There's literally organizations set up that have specialized knowledge that are able to help you with this, and people just choose to ignore them. So it is entirely your fault when this happens. It's like going to when you go to a doctor's and you're like, the doctor has a medical degree, so you can help me out when I have an issue. You go to someone who's specialized to help you out. You don't go to your plumber for cancer. It doesn't make any sense. So you go to people who have specialized knowledge in this specific area, who studied up on this, and you go from there. That's what we mean when we say that. Talk to the people community who are doing that.
Don't ask that one black guy in the office, Bob from accounting. Is this hairstyle all right? Yeah, he said it's fine. Let's put it in the game.
The way that frustrates me.
All do it. And therein lies the huge issue of why these studios really need D&I consultancy, because it's becoming a serious problem. It has been a serious problem. And this is only scratching the surface as to why D&I is so important. The most glaring thing is we keep seeing this hairstyle in so many different games. So that's the surface level. But then there's the actual the hiring processes, who's in these companies, why. That is the deeper level of this. This is very funny. We're all making fun of this, but it's actually, it breeds to a more sinister problem within the industry, and why it is that D&I is the thing that's last in the room and first out.
Wow.
You know? They just got D&I in some of these companies, but when things got difficult, you're gone first before anything else. Yeah, exactly.
It just goes to show where the priority lies, and then what's really, really annoying is that when we then say, okay, so your priority is not there, we're labeled as needy. We're the ones that's like demonized. Where it's like, well, I'm looking at your actions, and your actions are telling me this. And I'm now telling you about your actions. You're saying that, no, it's not what you look like. I'm like, my brother, we can all see it. So now you're just calling me blind, and it's like, and now I have to argue that I'm not blind, whereas arguing the problem. So it's like, don't even get me started. But yeah,
it's very true.
I'm always in two minds. Like you mentioned the Sweet Baby issue, and I'm always in two minds about talking about this particular topic, not because of what it is, but because of, I don't want it to gain more traction than it is, because sometimes, because of the nature of what's happening right now, where it's like a lot of the people in this company are being doxxed, and I'm like highly sensitive when it comes to that kind of thing, because this is no longer like ideas we're talking about. This is now people's lives that we're putting in jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm always wary about whether or not I want to talk about these kinds of things. But I just wanted to give a quick opinion about like everything that's surrounding it. I don't know whether I should give a history, but a very brief history. Okay, in case you guys don't know, Sweet Baby Inc. is basically a consulting company which does design, narrative, and story consultation, and basically they're hired by gaming studios to like supplement their writing stuff, and they really just flesh out game scripts and storyline. The company's been transparent about their goals for like last, I want to say 5-6 years now, and recently, I want to say like about a month ago, a growing number of players from the release of Suicide Squad killed the Justice League and how that story unfolded. A lot of people were unsatisfied with it, and someone like traced it back to Sweet Baby Inc. and said that, oh, these people are like, they're like the dog whistling for unwanted like political ideologies and other topics that are interested in that they are not interested in. That makes me wonder, who is not interested, but that's another topic. And basically, they're saying that it's a distraction from playing, from what really matters, which is making a good game, which I disagree with. And you can find, and their main example is they cited was Suicide the Justice, Kill the Justice League, which in part I agree, the story wasn't the best, but Sweet Baby. So basically, someone made a Twitter account saying that how basically as soon as you see a Sweet Baby credit, it's basically a game to avoid. So they're being.
And I thought that was weird because I've looked at what Sweet Baby have worked on, and they have quite a diverse portfolio of games underneath them. And it wasn't that every game on there was a massive flop. Like, gaming industry can be fickle at times. Some games work, some games don't. But I wouldn't have said, like, looking at the games they've worked on, they just had nothing but bad ones. They had some really amazing ones on there. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
But they don't want to hear that. That's the thing. They don't want to hear that. They just want their little conspiracy theories to confirm to their worldview, and anything that changes that is not true or not, kind of thing. And they've gotten kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like they're making links to like BlackRock, where they're saying like, oh, this is like conspiracy theory. It's actually like a hidden agenda. It's like they're going crazy with it. And so, like, firstly, I'm getting really tired of woke being used as a dirty word. Like, I'm getting really annoyed about it because
same here.
The origin of the word and what it means to them is like anything they don't agree with, whether it be DNI, LGBTQ, like a conglomerate of voices that they wish they don't have to hear. That's basically what it means to them. Whereas the most modern incarnation of what I used to believe before it got hijacked was that being woke was just being aware of systematic issues that could impact your life and understanding the history and how to navigate it as a minority. That's all woke being meant, right? Some people weren't woke, some people were woke, because you have to understand the history of what systematic issues could impact you, essentially. So, like, I saw it recently, like with the film Green Book, for example, where it's a true story, where the main character, Marshall Ali, his character it's a true story, it's a real character. And he is what is described as woke, where he understood that he was operating within a system that could impact his life, so he had to learn how to navigate it. And he literally wrote a book called The Green Book so others could navigate it as well. So just to put that into context, right? Now, I'll be damned if this company is going to be the scapegoat for like growing dissatisfaction within the gaming industry. Like, a lot of people have, like, we've touched upon it, where it's like there's been a lot of layoffs. People don't like the kind of releases that have been being released right now when it comes to the AAAs. But I'll be damned if the buck stops at Sweet Baby 8. I'll be damned. Like, if you look at their roster, they've done more bangers than they've done flops. And it just feels like this little scandal is what's going to be the thing that breaks them. And it's like, what the hell is this? Like, that is
used as a weapon against the
exactly.
Then
it's like really weird, far right kind of crazy. I don't want to say like politically speaking, but it is normally like really crazy far right people come out and say that, oh, this is what's wrong with DNI, blah 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 blah. And it's like, the kind of games that we had before, DNI became something prominent within this industry. Some of them really wish they can go back to those times when it's like, I think you guys need to take off your rose-tinted glasses and actually look at the games that you're actually playing, and then look at how diverse they were. How diverse they were. Like, if you look at Call of Duty, from Call of Duty 4 to maybe the new update, it's the same protagonist on the cover on every single one, and then they're surprised when no people of color want to play their game, or like, and they're surprised when there's toxicity within their lobby. Like, how are you surprised at this point? That's what I need to know. That is where, like, that's like, you've consistently made games that have catered to one demographic your entire time, and you're wondering why no one wants to play your game. Come on, my brother. That's just weird. That's like weaponized incompetence at this point. It's like genuinely like it's not like they don't want to learn. They're forcing themselves not to learn. It's at that point now where it's like they literally close their eyes to the truth because they want to cater to one specific demographic. And it's like, I'm like, okay, cool. If you want to do that, fine. But then when I call you up on it, don't tell me that I'm crazy. This story is a good story for whenever someone says we don't need DNI, or like maybe people of color are taking it out of proportion. Like, maybe guys don't get bullied. This is a fully company that has more bangers than flops, and they're the ones that are going to take the downfall. I'll be damned. You got me pressed. I'm mad. I'm big mad.
No, I agree. Again, with Obsidian Fury.
Why are you so
It's a
shocked?
weird week.
Moving on. It's very true that, as I said, when it comes to D&I, it's like the last thing that games consider. But they still want to sell their game to an international audience, which is like, no, you can't say you want to sell your game to an international audience if you're not listening to that international audience. You know, if you want to sell your game to one demographic and it will just stay with that one demographic, then that's good.
Say that,
But
then.
want
Just
your
say
game
that.
to-
Be about with your chest. Say it.
Exactly.
I mean, I just want to say, maybe it's where I live. I live in London, and I ain't ever seen one person with the Killmonger in real life. Yeah, but I'm waiting. The day I see it, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, that
There
guy's
you
got-
are.
you exist, guy. You exist."
It's so funny. That's true. It's like it only exists in this video game and that film, and no one actually has it in real life. Another reason why it's something that I feel like when these games were created, they didn't consult anybody and they thought this looks cool. This is probably what black people want to see on other black
The
characters.
thing is, it is cool. It's just overused. That's
It is
what's
cool,
annoying.
but it's overused. They
Yeah,
all the
it's
same
cool.
way. All of them, every single gaming studio, every single one.
And it's
And
like,
no
what's
one
going
pulled them
on?
up on it. No one thought maybe we should have a bit of diverse. No. We'll do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until we rinse it bone dry, like the one all round that we had for so many years. And we were just accepting it, but we won't be doing that anymore. We're not accepting the bare minimum, the crumbs scraped off the table when we can see there's a whole feast. Especially if we are paying for these games. You know, you gotta respect our buying power too, and as us as consumers. You want us to buy your game, then respect us. And that is literally my bottom line right there. Because you can't just do whatever you want, but still put £70 out for this. No, I won't be doing that.
Imagine.
Come on, be reasonable here. But saying that I do like the hairstyle a lot, I too would like to see it in real life because I never have.
It's official. I'm doing the hairstyle. It's official.
But yeah, I feel like we are definitely way over time, by the way. But we will bring it to a close. And I want to say thank you guys for all your comments. It's been like coming in quite a lot in terms of what you guys are posting on both YouTube and Instagram. Really getting involved in conversations that we're having.
Who's
and
winning?
I think that maybe we're almost ready to have guests on.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Otherwise-
Hold on. Who's winning?
Me.
Relax.
There's
relax.
always a winner. There's always a winner.
No, we won't be doing that. We might be having some guests on though soon. I think it'd be nice to have some guests on and give their opinion as well. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for listening. I've been here with In the Dots,
Stay safe, guys.
Obsidian Fury,
In a bit, gang.
and OG Attaku.
Take care, OGs.
And it's been your hostess with the mostest, Creatively Anzi. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys, and we'll see you all later.